Yo, 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 yo. What up, fight fans? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah, you already know what it is. And once again, man, it's Super Nipl Sunday, man. So y'all go ahead and get ready to strap in, man. Let's go, man. So shout out to everybody in the building. Apologize for my lateness, but I never apologize for my greatness. So yeah, man, had to make some coffee and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Get this live ready. So let's get to the business, man. Shout out to everybody in the building. Spartan, what it do? Junior, what's goody? Peter Edwards, salute. Mr. T, what's going on, my guy? James Jameson, what's good, man? Yeah, man. Poor Evander Holyfield. You know what? As a matter of fact, nah, no poor man. Evander Holyfield talks so much shit. He talks so much trash. Mike Tyson scared. Pop. Don't nobody want to get in the ring with me. He ducking me at the tender age of 56 while my skin is still sagging. You got knocked out by Vitor T2 Belfort. And I know wasn't no real drug testing involved in that because you were fighting Vitor Belfort and you got sparked out in the first round. Like, bro, when I saw them first 3 jabs he threw out there, already knew. That's going to be the tempo of Evander Holyfield the whole night, unless he got struck with some real hot shit and some fight or flight routines would have came in the building. But guess what? NyQuil does things in the ring that I've never seen before. Well, maybe I have seen it before, but I ain't never seen it like that with a 56-year-old legend. You just tarnished your greatness, Evan Fields. Shout out to them CVS packages, Evan Fields. You just tarnished your greatness, man. But hey, man, poor guy. You know how it go, man. Like all of these old heads, you know what I'm saying, jumping out here, man. I really don't even know how I feel about it. But that's a part of the reason why we here. Like, yo, like, let's be serious about one thing here, bro. Like, what the hell is going on with the boxing world, man? Like, is this gonna be the old head? Is this gonna be the old head Olympics? Like, is that what Triller is doing? Are they just gonna run around recycling every old great, pulling them out off of whatever rocking chair they possibly can find and just throw them in the ring and just, just get a couple dollars off of them? Because that's what it's seeming like. Because it seems like more of the real authentic boxing matches are going out the window and they taking a back seat to, old sagging skin, rights and lefts being thrown. It's just a weird practice, man. I don't really know how I feel about it, man. I'm just saying, if an old head want to go out there and be great, that's great. But at the end of the day, bro, just mind your manners, sir, because you got knocked the fuck out. You got knocked all the way out, as a matter of fact. It was all the way embarrassing, Arlet. Salute to the queen, though. It was all the way embarrassing. I ain't gonna lie, Nelly, salute. I kind of want to see that too, for real. Who you? I think Jake Paul spark him out. I think Jake Paul will spark him out. JD, what's goody? Miguel, what's goody? Oh, shout out to my dog Chris Price, man. I got $20 super chat in the building, man. Appreciate you, brother. Been wanting to do this since day one. Salute, my G. Hey, I appreciate you, man. Hey, you just pulling up and being who you are, man. That's, you know what I'm saying, more than enough value for me, just like any of the rest of y'all. But for those who do donate, you already know. Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. Reaper got monster love for all the subs. That's a fact, though. So listen, right, man, but look, man, since we there, man, Anderson Silva, man, like, I would have loved to see that guy box, like, have an extensive boxing career, because the fluent movement he shows in the ring, the head movements, you know what I'm saying? Like, his jab is awesome. He throws a beautiful hook. Like, he's got great foot placement. He knows how to operate well within the squared circle, and it really shows. It just shows the level of his capabilities. All of that fluidity that he had in the boxing ring, you can just see. I mean, in the octagon, you can just see it in the ring now that he's just reprimanded to just using his fist and that footwork that, you know, people just kind of underestimated in the UFC. You get to see all of those things take place in boxing. I guarantee, as much as people appreciate Anderson Silva in the UFC, and as much as us as boxing fans, we got love for the dude because we know he has the hands of a boxer. Man, it would have been great to see that guy perform in the boxing ring a lot older than the age of 45, 46. But even at 45, 46, you know, with guys like Bernard Hopkins doing the things they did winning IBF belts around that time, shit, who would say Anderson Silva can't, you know what I'm saying, like, go out here and put on a couple more spectacular shows for us? I mean, Julio Cesar Chavez, then you go put the whole head, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, what is that dude named? The Huntington Beach Bad Boy or something? Like, that is the worst name ever, bro. Like, I don't know, whatever his name is, that should sound soft as hell. It is, man. It is, because it's just like, yo, it's like boxing is really materialized to become a bunch of one-offs that are literally based on like a cash grab, bro. It's like it's all a cash grab. It's like, yo, we see how foo-foo the market is right now, so let's just go in here and you know, let's capitalize on something we don't necessarily care about because we live in a capitalist society. So let's just capitalize on the failed market that is boxing. Because let's be serious, if we want to be honest, I think it's about time that we have a conversation about activity. Have a conversation about activity, have a conversation about champions, have a conversation about the output they exert in the box, you know, the type of the type of output they're exerting in the boxing ring really isn't there. The type of activity that they're showing us time and time again really isn't there. But they have a lot of bravado. They got a whole lot of shit to say when it comes to, you know, the sweet science and where they stand in it. But really, where do you stand in our sport when you're only fighting once a year? Like let's be serious here. Everybody, John, like low-key attacked me when I went from repping for T.O. to calling T.O. a straight sucker. Now, do I look like a hater now? Do I look like a hater now? When I was saying what I said about Ryan Garcia, do I look like a hater now? Or do I look like a person who see it for what it really is? Because if you look at it for what it really is, Teofimo look crazy, Ryan Garcia look crazy. I mean, shit, who doesn't look crazy right now? And it's embarrassing. It is completely embarrassing to be a fan of this sport, knowing that you're only operating off activity once a year, and you're sitting there running around like you got this freaking infinite clout. Pop the bubble, bro. Boxing success was all based off of activity. You take that activity away, you get these guys fighting once a year, you get these guys being Twitter warriors. Who else is a once a year kind of guy? Gary Russell Jr. He's been fighting once a year for how many years? It's a joke. It's a joke. And if you wonder why you're stagnant, if you wonder why your money don't flow like that, if you wonder why there's a bunch of beta male energy and a bunch of people aren't responding the way they should respond in the sport, and they doing all of the crying they're doing, you have to base it off what you put into it. And if you haven't put anything into it, if you haven't really put your best foot forward, if you're not out there trying to be active, because that's what you're supposed to be, an active professional fighter, this is what we're going to continuously see. We're going to continuously see a downslide of a lot more beta male energy, a lot more guys coming into the boxing world that have a certain look, might run their mouth a certain way, but they don't really put forth the necessary output to back that shit up. It's embarrassing. You should be ashamed of yourself. Like the people that are on this Deontay Wilder bandwagon right now. And the crazy thing is, we criticize Deontay Wilder time and time again for the way he acts in his delusions, but we need to criticize the rest of the boxing world for their delusions as well. I just want to know, when is it going to start? Like, I find it funny. I didn't hear the national anthem. But that's what's up, though. I find it funny. I really find it funny that, that were hypercritical of Deontay and all of his delusions, and I'm gonna get on him too, because he's been saying some real wild stuff on the PBC. Well, basically, it's all in redundant nature, no different than all of the things he's been saying. But if you look around, who isn't doing this type of shit? Who? They all doing it. They're all doing it. Don't even get me started on the Oscar Valdez situation. See, you know, I kind of like wanted to reserve my opinion on that and let sleeping dogs lie for like another month, because that deserves an edit. A live stream isn't going to be enough to convey the way I feel about Oscar Valdez, the way I feel about Eddie Reynoso and his camp, and the way I feel about how people sweep under the rug what they do over there. But when it benefits your narrative, you'll talk about what the other guys do on this side. See, it's all about benefiting narratives around here now. Like, if it don't fit this side, then, you know, hey, let's, you know, we're going to be hush about it. But if it does fit this side, hey, man, we're going to talk all of the shit about it. You know, it's just like, you know, nobody, who's putting their best foot forward in the sport of boxing? There's only a couple. And then the others that do want to put their best foot forward, they're suffering simply due to the fact that they can't get fights because they've become gluttons of inactivity. It's sad. Dari Penny, salute. Mr. Tanz Up, you speaking the truth. Man, I try, man. I just try to be, you know, as much of a realist as I can. You know, and I might be somewhat of a delusional optimist, because, you know, you can always hope for things to get better, but when you see them get drastically worse, maybe that's where my delusion is setting in a little bit. But hey, yet and still, man, I just want what's best for boxing. And the inactivity, the constant chatty-patty stuff, the constant we're not going to own our shit, this isn't the activity of men. These aren't the actions of men. These aren't the actions of warriors. This is buffoonery. Let me get down. Tank's next. Haney's next. Garcia. Hold on. Tank's next. Haney's next. Garcia's next. Now Josh is next. Nope. Loma's next. Nope. Wait. No, it's not. All over the place like pigeon shit. He's morphing into a 135 Tyson Fury. Now, all of the people who said I was hard on Teofimo's father, Mr. T, and all of the people who might have breezed over, you know, that live stream that I did when I had Bill Haney and Teofimo on, and everybody was giving Bill Haney and Devin Haney all of the smoke unjustifiably and not rightfully so. Now do you see why I was champion for Devin Haney? Now do you see what I guess that live hits a lot fucking harder now, doesn't it? Yeah. I guess that live with Bill Haney and Teofimo Sr. hits a lot harder now, doesn't it? Now when you're looking at the activity of his son, it ain't trickling that far away from the father. Man, this dude want to act like a warrior. He full of shit. His activity is ass. He running around here flexing like he's a fucking undisputed champion. You a fucking undisputed chump. You don't want to fight nobody. You even putting George Kambosos on the back burner on some prima donna shit. Now, somebody tell me, in what world do we live in? Does Teofimo even really have clout in the boxing world? Nigga, you got belts and you broke. You got belts, you broke. Your father rocking fake rollies. He driving around hoopties and shit, running around, screaming at the top of his lungs like a damn crackhead. Y'all not putting forth the type of energy that you exercise your tongue. Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers be doing all of this prima donna shit, but it come down to it, Lomachenko will always be cut from a different cloth that you will never benefit from. You want to know why? Because that little nigga active. That little nigga's ready. That little nigga's a multi-division champion and under fucking 17 fights. That little nigga puts his work in. What the fuck do you do? I'll wait. Because when it come down to putting in work, my nigga, your ass is in social services, my nigga. You trying to get food stamps. If it come down to putting in work, you grabbing EBT. You ain't putting in no work. You want housing, my nigga. You want housing. Because you're not putting in no fucking work. The only thing you do is work your jaws like a little whore. You talk crazy. You big yourself up. You talk in third person. Y'all feel like y'all bigger than the whole boxing world. Y'all run around exercising like y'all got all of these options. You wanted the bag. You said you wanted the bag. Eddie was willing to put up 10 for your motherfucking ass. And what did you do? You running around on social media talking about Devin Haney saying he wanted to smoke, but he making opponents around your time. Are you fucking stupid? JoJo Diaz ducking him too. So, okay, let's live with the actual factual. Let's live with the actual factual. So is Devin Haney not the motherfucking boogeyman at 135 pounds? Or was Two Hands talking shit for the past year and a half? He got to be. Who the fuck wants to fight him? That nigga got straight pink flame at this point. Salute, Ronald Finkley. Appreciate you with the super chat, bro. Glad you in the building. It's just, yo, I get so hyped behind this shit, bro. I really don't like getting on here with all of the rah-rah energy. I know y'all motherfuckers like that shit low-key and make better for the show or whatever, but a nigga gets hoarse, man. Nigga throats start cutting like razors and shit. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? My voice gone after I be finished doing this shit, but it's the passion, bro, that makes me go like that. Because when I sit around and I listen to all of these talking points and I listen to how these guys moving and they don't measure up to it, it's enough to make you want to slap a bitch. Well, a bitch. Because when they act like a bitch, you want to slap a bitch. And I'm allergic. Just like my subscriber base, we're allergic to bitch assness. This nigga's all cotton candy and fucking rainbows and he farting motherfucking pixie dust. Straight foo-foo. Hello Kitty type. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So the Teofimos are going to have to catch smoke in the same way the Deontay card. Because I made it very clear. Oh no, Deontay Wilder isn't just for you guys' entertainment. I don't just bash him to bash him. I bash him based on the facts. So if we bash Deontay Wilder based on the fact, then let's not get it twisted. I'm not champion. I'm not champion for this guy here. I'm not champion for him here. But I'm just saying, we gotta keep the scales balanced. Reaper gang, we got to keep the scales balanced. And the way I'm looking at it and the way I see it, Teofimo ain't moving no different. You grabbed your shit and you turned, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. I got so much shit in my head that I could say about this dude. Yeah, he don't get that nigga. Don't give him no Mexican warrior. All my Latino homies, don't get that fool no Mexican warrior type energy. Don't give him no Mexican warrior type vibes. None of that shit. That nigga don't resonate with how y'all move. Well, the majority of y'all. This nigga resonates with the Perez Hiltons of the world. The all gossip columns. All gossip columns. Merle Dixon, salute. He absolutely is the victim card king. And I'm starting to feel like, you know, guys like Teofimo Lopez, I'm starting to feel like, you know, all of these guys are starting to suffer from the same thing. Yeah, don't claim that. Yeah, don't claim him. He can't be a part of that crowd. We gotta push him over there. We gotta push him over there with the Twinkie stuffing Negroes. We gotta push him over there with the Twinkie stuffing Negroes. I'm sick of this dude. And his daddy make me that much more sick because he might not like, no, matter of fact, you do talk as much as your daddy. And both of y'all full of cat piss and cat shit. Here comes the Paw Patrol. Fucking goofballs, man. Hey, man, I swear to God, putting an infinity gauntlet on my fist, I'm eradicating everything that's pussy that moves in boxing, Peter. I swear to God. Shout out to Peter Edwards, man. I'm eradicating everything that's pussy that is moving in the boxing world. With one wave or a snap, they all up out of here. And who the fuck is going to remain? Maybe Canelo, Bud Crawford. Who else? Brian Castano. Who else? Who else? Anthony Joshua. Who else? My dog, Dillian White. Who else? Who else? I know there's a couple more. Loma. Who else? Devin Haney. Who else? Devin Haney deserves an apology from the boxing world. See, it's crazy. It's like, yo, these dudes is bad for boxing business, man. It's bad when all of the dudes that champion for you, they can't even defend you in the media no more. Like, yo, your headlines are no good. Yo, your headlines are pure trash now. If I have to put them up there in a positive light when speaking of you, because when I speak of you in a positive light, it's full of shit. So why am I gonna act like I'm full of shit in my Teofimo Senior voice? Man, I'm so glad that live stream happened because it hit so different now. Yeah. Shout out to my nigga Benavides. Shout out to David. He'll fight that ass too. But they full of shit. While your ass is getting stomped, molly-womped, getting beat out your motherfucking gym shoes and your socks by a dude that's still considered what? Prospect? A prospect? Shout out to Benavides Senior. I'm just saying. Paw Patrol. Puppy power. Bunch of bitches, man. Boxing God, what's goody, King? Tell him that big wrong. Wilder gonna take us to the land of milk and honey. Man, look, man. Wilder's gonna take motherfuckers to the land of breast milk. To the land of breast milk. Because that motherfucker's going right back to hugging Uncle Al's titty. He going right back there. Like, it's funny, dude. You took such a bad ass whooping, and now all of a sudden you just like, yo, ain't it crazy how these dudes like they do some real fugazi stuff? Oh, hey, upheaval, salute. Don't I know it though? Beyond serious, and they all killers, and they all want that work. Ain't never been a pussy that came behind Benavides. They all serious. Well, actually, what I was saying though, I find it really, really funny how people get their ass whooped, they go missing, they duck about 5 fights a year, go missing. Not Deontay Wilder, I'm speaking in general, so you can classify whoever does this type of shit, even guys who happen to swing from 130 pounds to 140 in the ass crack back alleys of boxing, fucking avoiding all of the crackhead, weary, fucking brittle bone bastards and bums, fighting all of those guys, picking up all of the fabricated belts in the world. Yeah, you could just go ahead and throw all of those niggas in this pot of fuck nigga gumbo. Put them all in there. I just find it funny how these dudes never do what the fuck they say they're going to do. They never live up to what they say they're going to be. They never operate how they say they're going to operate. And then when you turn around, they pop up a couple of months later and just act like you forgot all of the bullshit they've done in the past few months, in the past few years, like we don't have a chronological timeline of all of this shit that they do. They just act like, we just forget that fast. Our brain cells move rapido. That's how they act. They act like our brain cells are just evaporating fast as fuck. They evaporate by the second. They evaporate by the minute. These motherfuckers had to forget that shit. Nah, motherfucker, we remember. We remember. Quack, 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 duck, duck, goose. We remember it all. And we hold you accountable to it. And now, we got a bunch of goofies running around here. Bunch of sweet-ass, hard-headed motherfuckers. A bunch of gobstoppers. Bunch of fucking gobstoppers. A bunch of sweet, sissy ass, hard-headed ass Negroes. Gobstoppers. Fuck them all. I mean that shit with the truest sincerity. Fuck them all. Yeah, you know, you can just go down the list, Queen. You just go down the list, just throw some names in there, and you know, it all equates to the same shit. I'm just generalizing all that. That's all I'm doing, boo. I'm just generalizing. I'm just speaking on what is. Because if I spoke on what ain't too many tough guys in the building. Ain't too many people that's walking and how they talking. And as a matter of fact, oh my God, I'm gonna cook that nigga Oscar Valdez, bro, because y'all know how I feel about El Alacran. And the fact that I had to live through that shit, had to lose half a stack behind that shit, and glorify what I thought was a great career-defining win on your behalf, just to find out that you a juicing ass motherfucking diluting your urine ass pussy. Trying to hide all of the HGH, the fucking growth hormones and everything else you probably got stored up in your blood. A whole goddamn, that nigga whole blood bank is like CVS pharmacy, Walgreens, goddamn Walmart pharmacy, and any other pharmacy you could throw in there. And you still fighting. You still fought last night. And the way you looked last night was what was on par with the way you looked every other night except that night. And I feel some type of fucking way. I do. But we just giving passes. Hey, man, shout out to the tea leaves. I might as well start smoking. Hey, man, you know what, y'all? I'm going to just put down the weed from that one, and I'm going to start smoking tea leaves because that shit's got some wonderful shit in it. Who knows what type of euphoric feelings I'm going to feel out this some bitch? Because the tea leaves got to be crushing the weed because it's full of PEDs or diuretics to help you mask your PEDs, that is. But hey, these are the ones, you know, people always say, you know, two hands is a hater. But my mom always told me out this bitch, what's done in the dark always comes to the light. So guess what? I guess I'm living out this bitch. I'm shining in the sun while y'all motherfuckers are suffering in the darkness because you didn't want to believe what's real. And we really come to find out that Teofimo running around here like a hoe. Motherfucking Oscar T2 Valdez running around masking all of his juicing and jugging. But hey, if it fits the narrative, if it fits what you're trying to do in the boxing world, if it fits Pit Crew A or Pit Crew B, who running around with all they flat tire of fucking fighters, hey, man, fuck it, man, let's do it. Let's not champion for the sport and all of the thing that the sport should stand for. Let's just motherfucking cooperate and all of the fucking corrupt and all of the corruption because it fits our fruity booty narrative. Congratulations. Yeah, man. Bunch of fuck nigga gumbo. I don't believe it either, man. I don't believe it. You don't believe it. We don't believe it. Like my shout out to Jay-Z. We don't believe you. You need more people. Yo, just because you sit in front of a camera for about 15 minutes and you sit there and I would never do that. I would never cheat. I would never take a PED in my life. I would never cheat. I've never been a cheater. I've always been clean. No, motherfucker, you ain't always been clean. You were only clean because you didn't get caught. See, this is the same shit that people gave me shit for making the steroid question part 2, even though I made the first one on Floyd correct. Correct, Manny Pacquiao and Manny Pactards. Correct. Oh, that's right. You wouldn't watch. Oh, you want to know why? Because you're so biased to Manny, you can't watch anything with Floyd Mayweather in it because you think it's all praise and it's not constructive criticism. Right? Yeah, I know I'm right. Fuck what they talking about. But at the end of the day, with all of the allegations, we just can't prove it. But we know we love Manny. We love Manny. And I'll be the first one to say I love Manny, but my mama ain't raised no motherfucking fool. And I hope y'all mamas ain't raised no motherfucking fools either. Because if you want to sit and act like that dude had a squeaky clean career and jumped from 130 pounds to 140 fucking 7, fighting all of the best killers in the goddamn division in a span of freaking in less than 18 months, your mama raised a motherfucking fool because you playing the hell out of one. The difference is between those individuals and these, we just didn't catch them. But all of the allegations and all of the things that show were there. They're just simply allegations until you're caught. But Oscar Valdez, motherfucker, you were caught. And like I just said, Reaper Gang, my mama ain't raised no motherfucking fool. So what, I'm gonna play a fucking fool for you? And they still got this dude going out there fighting, looking like a goddamn flat tire on a fucking 103 summer day on a goddamn side street of Las Vegas, sitting next to some goddamn roadkill. You look like shit. You was punched up, beat up. Hey, I guess that's what that cycle do. When the truth come through, Reaper Gang, I guess that's what that cycle do. IBFP, my motherfucking brother in the building, man. One half of the motherfucking eviction notice. You know what I'm saying? Reaper Gang, don't worry, we will be back. Y'all already know what it is, man. Salute to my guy, man. That was a hell of a video you put out today, brother. I'm feeling it. I told you these dudes is looking more sus out here by the minute, Nuke. These niggas is looking more sus out here by the minute. Hey, man, fuck it. At this point, I can literally believe that motherfucking they might artificially inseminate Wilder and this motherfucker might be pregnant by the next year, because I swear to God, on a video the other night, I just saw a dude give birth to a baby. Deontay Wilder wants it. Look at the trend in the sport. Look at all of the feminine energy. So who's to say Deontay Wilder isn't going to be going through his first, second, and third trimester by 2022? Because the way he's acting and the way the dominoes stack and fall, the rest of them are following suit. So I am starting to feel like that motherfucker get pregnant any minute. It's coming, goddammit. Y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. I'm here. I swear I've been sent here by the boxing gods. And shout out to my nigga Boxing God. I've been sent here by the boxing gods and all of their greatness to wield this sword and cut the fuck out of all of you fraudulent motherfuckers. Because all of y'all are full of shit. And I just, for one, don't have time for it. And see, time heals all, motherfucker. But those heels y'all motherfuckers is wearing, it's getting really hard to walk in. And what I'm saying by that is, all I had to do was sit back, give an honest, hypothetical opinion about what I felt as though was going on in the game and base that off a factual basis and actually see and just sit back, kick back while I'm out this bitch working 15-hour days, bossing up, holding down dealership, doing what the fuck I gotta do, trying to expand me and my motherfucking uncle business. All I had to do was sit back, kick my feet up, Nuke. Kick my feet up, Arlet. Kick my feet up, Boxing God. Kick my feet up, James Jameson. Kick my feet up, Toby Bartlett. Kick my feet up, Chris Price. All I had to do was kick my feet up, sit back and wait. And all of this shit just come to light. And then the shit motherfuckers saying, and the shit that motherfuckers was doing and saying back then, it only makes my shit hit that much harder now. So thank you, hoes. Thank you, all you hookers and all you hoes, for being the type A, type B, bitch-made ass whores that y'all are, because you've revealed the truth. And I know those heels hurt to walk in, motherfuckers. I know they do. I'm done with the shit, man. Ronell, salute, man. I've been like, it's to the point to where it's like I will never leave. I will never leave, and I would never vacate the sport of boxing, and I would never vacate. I'll never leave y'all, man. And you know what I'm saying? I will always bring forth these talking points that I just fire off the top of my mind on, because all of my shit is derived off of feeling, facts and feeling. And I make it very clear to separate the facts and the feelings. Shout out to IBFP. Go subscribe if you haven't. And within doing so, you know, you just get sick and tired of like constantly like champion for a bunch of hoes, basically. Like we always get hit with, we must respect the boxers. We should respect the boxers because they go out there and put their life on the line. When, where, how many times a year? How much respect does one fucking fight a year? Maybe two if you're lucky. How much? And then they average. How much respect are we supposed to lend to that? How much respect am I supposed to lend to Teofimo Lopez? How much respect am I supposed to lend to his father? And every other dude who's just been completely out of pocket. How much respect am I supposed to lend to a guy who just won a belt, but you just popped dirty? And you won a belt off beating a guy who I highly favored based off of the dog he had in him. Resume included at the time. Hell of an exciting fighter. So what am I supposed to show respect to? Y'all don't respect the sport. They don't respect the sport, y'all. They don't respect the sport. So if they disrespect the sport, it is on me. It is on IBFP. It is on DT3. It is on anybody who has a channel, however you want to convey it, however you want to kick it, to diss the fuck out of them within the practice of the sport that you love and you fuck with. That's what I'm saying. Y'all want to disrespect the game going to disrespect you. That's how it go. Period. And I really don't have much to say other than that. I really don't. Because I'm not one that's just going to constantly try to identify with, you know, these false narratives. I identify with the hand holding that y'all like to do, the whole skip to my loo, walking down fucking Super Mario 64, Mario Kart 64, Rainbow Road, you bunch of fruity booty ass Negroes. I'm not gonna go skip to my loo, walking down fucking Super Mario Kart 64's Rainbow Road with y'all fruity booty ass Negroes. I'm not doing it. No. You got me fucked up. Like my man said, 90% of y'all niggas is closing refrigerator doors with your hips, though. Am I lying? Andre trying to unify. I have no problem with him. Charlo ducking. These are facts. Andre has been consistently. See, this is the thing. And this is why, for me, I've always championed for Andre, you know, but I could never champion for the resume per se. But at the end of the day, Demetrius Andrade has never wavered from the type of person that Demetrius Andrade is. He's always tried to put his best foot forward, and he's always tried to fight. He's always tried to make the fights with the champions. So when you got a guy who's consistently trying to do that, I can't hate on him, you know, but I find it funny, the contradictions in the boxing world, because people will hate on Demetrius Andrade for trying to get the fight with Canelo and them calling him a horrible fighter and saying that he ain't fought nobody as a champion, but who the fuck is Jamal Charlo fought? But you try to send him a motherfucking 8-figure offer, right? And this ain't about Canelo. This is about you fans. This is about you fans who sit up there and say Demetrius Andrade is a nobody. He ain't fought nobody. Well, how does a nobody become a somebody when these somebodies ain't willing to do what they willing to do? Motherfucking Triple G been on an easy pass for God knows how fucking long. He been on autopilot, ain't been doing shit for 2 fucking years. He ain't been in the real fucking war since Sergey Derevyanchenko. Ain't nobody saying shit to him. Eddie Hearn ain't been trying to make him jump off the port and fight no motherfucking Demetrius Andrade. They trying to get him to Japan with Murata. All I'm saying is, when dudes keep it consistent, when they walk consistently in the ways that they are supposed to walk in the sport, we shouldn't false flag them for that. We shouldn't gaslight niggas for that. We can talk about the record, that's one thing. But all I'm saying is what comes along with that. Because there's your story, there's his story, and then somewhere in the middle lies the truth. And somewhere in that middle, that's when we have to run along. We have to grab these articles. We have to grab these interviews. We have to spend countless hours watching, paying attention to, basically seeing what these guys are doing so we can convey the message of who's really doing what, instead of stand on some secular shit where it's just like, okay, we're only paying attention to this one group over here or this one guy over here. We have to pay attention to every aspect of what's going on. It ain't just one dude. So all I'm saying is this. Why ain't Jamal Charlo trying to motherfucking unify with this dude? Why is it so easy for everyone to go after the guys that want to fight? When I was talking about Devin Haney and saying, yo, okay, he might be this right now, but I ain't see that motherfucker try to shy away from no fighting. I ain't seeing nobody dying to jump in the ring with him. Now niggas are starting to show Devin Haney respect. Why? Because you had to see this fake motherfucker Teofimo act a motherfucking fool, act plenty scared of this dude, not want to fight, postpone a fight, say he want to go over to Australia to get the big bag, and then now you saying you don't want to fight in Australia because you are not the star that you think you are in the fucking States. You can't hold down a main event card by your fucking retarded ass, flathead ass self. Flathead and flat-footed, by the way. So what? We give Devin Haney all the smoke. No. Once again, there's his truth. And somewhere in the middle, we figure out what it really is. Some of us like to do our investigative homework and just sit back, let shit play out. And then we can really turn the burners up. Y'all know how I get down. I can't just make a video based off of what somebody says just that day. It's foolish of anybody to just go ahead and try to interpret what somebody does that same day and to just put that shit out there. That makes you look like a fucking idiot. You need to sit back. Let events play out, because it's like boxing plays out like a fucking never-ending story, bro. And the narratives always twist, they change. Everybody is out for their own financial gain. Somebody is trying to backdoor, back pocket, steal, pickpocket this person, do this, just move all the way crooked in the avenues of the sport, which you can move in, because boxing has allowed people to do so. So you got to sit back and be able to look, understand, and really see it for what it is. That's why my fucking edits, when I chop them bitches up for y'all, they hit the way they do, because I just don't jump out there based off one post, one interview, or one event. I wait for a bunch of events to play out so I can give you the full story. That's why Errol Spence look dumb as he do on my fucking channel. That's why Jamal Charlo looks as dumb as he do on my channel. Don't even get me started on Deontay Wilder. And that's why Caleb Sweet Cheeks Plant look as motherfucking dumb as he does on my channel. Because this motherfucker ain't fought a living fucking body. And he out this bitch acting like you wanted the Canelo fight and you're the reason why this fight is taking place. Motherfucker, you just sat on your motherfucking thumb. You just sat your motherfucking dumb ass on your fucking thumb and just sat around waiting, finger fucking yourself, waiting for a fucking $10 million opportunity to come for Canelo, while Canelo running around doing all the real world road work. You ain't fought nobody. Who? Mike Lee? Fucking Feigen Booty? Farfig Noogie? Smoker Doobie? Scooby Doobie? What's his name? Fuck. Are those real killers? Oh, I'm sorry. Was Caleb Truax the guy who was passing out trying to make weight? Was he a real killer? My bad. That's why y'all look stupid. Teofimo Sr., this is why you look stupid. Because you talked all of that shit and couldn't even you couldn't even back up. Couldn't back up a fucking word of it, nigga. It was like you was fucking constipated. No matter of fact, nigga, it was like you had the runs because you couldn't back up a word of your shit. Bars, fire, bars. I should write that down. For real. So you got super chat. Shout out to the bro boxing god, man. Said, speak that truth, 2 hands. Fah Fah. We have 3 boogeymen in 3 different weight classes. Bud, Crawford, Haney, and Andre. Man, it's looking, and really, at the end of the day, how can we not identify with these things? I don't pick and choose. I don't try to find a fighter to basically like get behind to make all of my narratives. I don't care about the views. I care about the point of view. There's a difference. So when I look at people who are doing the right thing, always champion for them, always give them their roses. And when I'm dead the fuck wrong, everybody here knows I'll be the quickest motherfucker to admit it, while other people got too much fucking pride and just can't do the same. Nah. So I'm all about the succession of the sport. So if anybody is putting boxing in a positive light, that's who I'm about. Guys like Canelo don't have to fight the way they do. Don't have to fight as many times a year that they do. Doesn't have to fight the level of opposition that he chooses to fight, regardless of whether some people, me, you, or any of us have a certain opinion about some of the things that he's done, some of the accolades that he has under his belt. That's here nor there. But look at the activity of a Canelo Alvarez, and he's probably consistently the only one who's keeping up with it. Look at the activity of a Canelo Alvarez and a guy who really got the bag like that, got the money like that, whose house looked like fucking General fucking Hospital. Looked like fucking John Hopkins or some shit. His fucking house is that big. A dude who really got the bag, who really put on for his country, for his city, and for everybody, whoever he feeds. Look at how he moves. And then look at your young guys who holding belts. Look at their activity. But they're claiming to be stars. They claiming that they got it like that. It just doesn't add up to me. Because one thing to separate the real killers and the real stars in the sport from the fake dudes is clearly it must be the activity. Because I do recall Canelo never ever had to say much until he said, "You're a horrible fighter," and it went viral. That shit was hilarious, by the way, because I always told y'all motherfuckers that nigga speaks good English. He just don't be wanting to, he just don't got to do that shit. And look at these gentlemen, man. It don't add up. So clearly, for the guy who doesn't have to say anything, clearly that shows you that obviously making the correct fights, being where you're supposed to be, showing up, making sure that you make your body a physical sculpted specimen of pure destruction for the rest of the boxing world. And if they really want to motherfucking, and they really wanted that test, they're going to have to walk through a gauntlet of fire to get it done. Clearly, all you got to do is fight. And all you got to do is make the right fights. Then you can make the right money. So what does it say about the guys who are successful in boxing and the guys who just claim that they're successful in boxing? The guys that are successful in boxing don't have to say much. They just throw their hands, and they're always where they're supposed to be when they're supposed to be there. And they make sure that they model their lifestyle that cohesively goes with this sport the right way. While the rest of y'all dudes is out of strip clubs, while the rest of y'all dudes got rental cars going down the road saying you owe $50K, while the rest of y'all dudes are sitting on the sideline talking about why you shouldn't fight, what you're deserving of, what you should be getting, stonewalling this promotional outfit, saying that you're not willing to move and go over here and do that. How could you be so stupid to miss it? Because it's not that many. Y'all, it's not that many guys that are successful in the boxing world that are active right now. And those that are successful, the one thing that separates their success is they have deflated egos. They have high work rates. They consistently train in repetition. They're consistently making sure that they have a fucking fight day. They are willing to go against the grain and the machine when it comes to shit not moving in their favor. You guys, spoon-fed, been told everything you wanted to hear, instant gratification. You got guys coddling you, protecting you from this person and that person, and then you want to walk out in the street and act like a tough guy. But God damn it, when you go to that motherfucking bank, your shit looking real sus. But hey, gotta keep up with the Joneses, gotta impress the hoes, right? While we getting thrown through windshields, while we constantly getting locked up, while we blowing up in weight, while we're constantly making excuses, while we're blaming the diabolical white man, or while we're hiding behind the really diabolical black man. We all know who he is. Don't have to say his name. And you're not wanting to fight. It's easy to see what is taking place here. I don't know. I can see it. And if I can see it, I'm sure you guys can see it as well. Victor, salute. What's good, family? Tyrese, what's goody? The only truth that came out of Spence' mouth is man down, because that's what he officially is. And these are facts. You know, I used to champion for Errol on a level to where people probably wouldn't even fathom. Before I started talking boxing on YouTube, like I was a huge fan, and I was a major freaking voice behind championing for Errol Spence and the things that Errol Spence could be in the sport. But every time I turn around, Errol Spence just gut checked me one time. Errol Spence just cut off another piece of my motherfucking tongue. Made me look even more stupid in the public. Made me look even more stupid to my mans and them. Made me look even more crazy to my bros and them. Like, yo, why your man, big dog at 147 pounds, why he ducking the dude that's coming up from 140? Why he ducking the dude that's coming up from 140? Why he always got, why it seemed like when every time Bud Crawford's name is mentioned, this dude's got a whole bunch of nothing going on. Have y'all noticed that shit? Anytime Terrence Crawford's name is mentioned, it seems like Errol Spence has a complete schedule of nothing going on. He talks about he got all of this major shit going on, but he's talking about a whole bunch of nothing. It's like, yeah, I got this and this coming up. Motherfucker, what? What do you have coming up? You couldn't even fight the 40-plus-year-old guy. So when it gets like that, and I'm just like, yo, man, you've been saying you was gonna fight this dude since 2018, it's 2021. You got dragged through the ring about Sean Porter. Danny Garcia made it very easy to touch your face. That's why you pulled out of the fight. Because if Danny can touch you, if Sean Porter can really touch you, and Danny is slow as fucking molasses draining out of a full ball jar. If those individuals can touch you, what do you think of 40-year-old Manny Pacquiao, who is giving fucking Yadenius Ugas whispering hell, considering that Yadenius Ugas has a counter-defensive prowess and is a very patient fighter with an IQ, unlike you who just thuds forward, flat-footed, just charging and barging. That guy was going to touch you. He was going to reach out and touch the fuck out of your face. And like I always say on this channel, he was going to treat your fucking game he was going to treat your face like a game of Simon Says, nigga. Red, green, blue, black eye. He was going to do you dirty. And that's why you on the sideline sitting with thumbs up your ass too. The loser of Wilder vs. Fury 3. Facts. Spence said, get a belt. He got a belt. It still didn't happen. And then in the face of him saying that, how is it once again? There we go again. Back to this shit, Nuke. So quickly do these fraudulent boxing fans, if it doesn't fit their narratives, do they quickly forget? In that same breath, and he told him to go get a belt, Bud Crawford standing in front of him. Why don't I just take the easy route and fight Sean Porter? Why wouldn't I just do that? Why wouldn't I just do that? If you standing on the goddamn street in your neighborhood and you know you got smoke with an individual and y'all motherfuckers supposed to meet and fight, and you say you're going to meet up with him and get busy, and everybody at the park waiting for this fight because they know y'all supposed to get busy soon as the bell ring or whatever, however it go, you come out there and say, man, shit, Why don't I just take the easy route and fight your 7-year-old little brother? Or some dumb shit like that. Or why don't I just take the easy route and run? Are you going to respect it because on the street saying I'm going to take the easy route and fight the bum or fight the guy who is considered less of a measure than you or you feel is less of a measure? Wouldn't that be considered the equivalency of turning and running from a fucking fight? Because if you're standing on the street and you're supposed to be fighting a guy, I'll be damned if you can walk up in his face and say, why don't I just take the easy route? Your family ain't gonna respect you. Your girl ain't gonna fuck you. She ain't never gonna love you. She ain't never gonna feel like you can protect it. And your niggas ain't never gonna champion for you no more because you don't champion for your motherfucking self. So what does that say in the boxing world? I'd say it translates to the same motherfucking thing. But you know, people willing to sweep that under the rug for, you know, because, you know, they favorite fucking nigga happens to be Forrest Gump, Jenny. It's fucking weird. Like, flat out. It's fucking weird. Because I'll be goddamn. If a motherfucker got problems with me, I'm going to walk up to his ass and say, man, shit, I need to take the easy route. Fuck that. The easy route is fucking running, bro. How could you miss that? How could any of you miss that? Speaking on the easy route is saying, I'm a track star. I'm Usain Bolt out this bitch. Catch these Nike logos on the bottom of my feet in the wind, bro. In the wind, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. He went the easy route, and he got hard lumps to go with that shit. Fucking goofball. And if the easy route was getting thrown through a goddamn Ferrari, well, goddamn it, I'd have rather got hit by Bud. You might still have your teeth. Facts. Like, let me fight. Let me look, man. That little frail looking Benjamin Button dude. That little sickle cell looking sickly dude over there. No disrespect to the sick and suffering. Real shit. Like, but that sick, malnourished looking, third world looking dude over there. I want that smoke. I'ma handle him. I need to take the easy route. My beef ain't with you. It's with your frail, inferior little bro. Nah, fuck that. If a nigga campaign for it, you supposed to elect him. If you're a champion, I repeat, if somebody campaigns for the ass whooping, you're supposed to elect them. Period. I guess what, man? Some weird shit going on out here. And as long as people want to sit up here and act like, oh my God, this motherfucker is my hero. He's the greatest thing in the world. Yo, speaking on some other shit, I got to do this, man. Like, yo, I was watching the PBC podcast earlier, whatever, when they had Deontay Wilder on. And do you know, fuck the conversation. This is about the comment section. You know how many people were champion for Deontay Wilder in that fucking section? They were saying, if one comment, oh my God, I even screenshotted this shit because I was going to make a video based off it. The fucking woman said, and no disrespect to the lady, like, she said, she's like, Deontay Wilder and Errol Spence are probably the only people that are strong enough to deal with this type of constructive criticism and hate and still be successful. Are you fucking kidding me? So, I guess what the rest of the world, I guess the world feels now all of a sudden, they just must have forgot about that February 22nd ass whooping. They must have forgot about that whole year fucking inactivity and where that motherfucker just went completely missing. They Thanos snapped Deontay Wilder out of fucking existence. So now, Errol Spence and Deontay Wilder are literally the freaking spokesman for are literally like your spokesperson for mental fortitude, mental toughness. That's what we're doing. That's what we're saying now. Are you kidding me? I'm done with the shit. It is just proven that there are less sensible individuals in the world than smart ones. So just a bunch of dumb motherfuckers, in this boxing world, and I just don't got time for it. So if you're really that stupid, I apologize for what I must do to you time and time again. I really do, because I can only be who I am. And if you're just playing stupid, then shame on your stupid ass. Because no sensible individual would let that type of shit roll off of their tongue in confidence and even have the fucking gall to freaking post that shit like there's some validity to that. Deontay Wilder's mentally tough. The same individual who champions for all of the black society or whatever, who ain't never done nothing, who ain't never gave back shit, who fired the one the black head coach on his team, who said, we a family, we stick together, and kept the white guy. That's the guy who's mentally tough. He takes his first loss and gets rid of arguably the most decorated amateur of all time, and literally, you know what I'm saying, a world champion. You got rid of him, the only guy that has any validity, but you kept all of them Paul Blart motherfucking mall cops around you. Because that's what them niggas are. They a bunch of Paul Blart fucking mall cops. Because all of them niggas ran security. I think one of them was really a cop, and all the rest of them niggas is mall cops, man. Paul Blart. But that's who's mentally tough out here. Cool. I get it. Man, see, look. I literally must be taking too many fucking red pills because this shit is making my head hurt. Like, it really is making my head hurt. No doubt. No doubt. Like, yo, he's so, man, this dude is softer than baby shit in 105-degree weather sitting in the pamper on the sidewalk, man. Flies all up in it. Like, this dude, like, it really hurts. It makes my head hurt. It's like these are the things that we're going to constantly and always have to deal with. And there's going to be another guy. There'll always be another Deontay. There'll be another Teofimo. Honestly, they're going to be worse because the prominence and the tradition isn't there anymore. People are comfortable with this level of entitlement. People are comfortable with this level of inactivity. People are comfortable with being cowards. That's a very, very fucked up process. It's a very fucked up way to live. Like, I couldn't wake up and feel energized to take on any aspect of my life if I moved like that. But they are comfortable being cowards. And the boxing world has allowed it for so long, and we've skated, giving niggas chance after chance after chance, that there can only be other individuals that move like them or 20 times worse than them on their way. Because I don't see the world freaking getting better and generations underneath of it unless they raise right, moving better. So yeah, we're going to get a bunch of influx of a bunch of motherfucking pussies continuously and this real rap fucking mud-ass dog and pony show. Because all of these niggas is moving like some mutts. Ain't no pedigree in their training. Ain't no pedigree in their blood. These motherfuckers don't got it like that. They all soft. And that's why, regardless of whether you like the ones that are really doing it or not, or whether they might not appeal to your viewership necessarily, you have to put your viewership there. You have to defend those individuals because, if anything, they're the ones that are deserving of it. But it's just a known fact that negativity breeds more eyes, man. But we supposed to respect the fighters, though, right? Respect the fighters. Get the fuck out of here. Wilder couldn't even face how poor of a boxer is. Enough to train past it, despite the fact that he has athletic potential. He could have at least tried. Exerted just an inkling of effort, Peter. Just an inkling of effort. Could have exerted anything. If I seen, like, I truly, and you guys know I've told you this, and if anybody hasn't said it, I've definitely said it before. I said, look, Deontay Wilder does the right thing. I don't hate this guy. I just hate how he moves as an individual. Then he want to speak on his personality, saying, yo, people don't know me. Everybody think I'm like this. They talk about me like this and like this. Dude, you didn't even fucking try. You're talking about, then this motherfucker had the nerve to say that nobody can look good hit and miss. Yes, you can. It's called choreography, you stupid bitch. What do you think when y'all see him doing that sparring shit and that mid repetition? What do you think it is? It's just another form of choreography. And in that motherfucker, this is another fucking form of choreography in this goofball ass theater. But once again, like I was saying, if you would have even tried, I would have put my best foot forward to put the best edits forward for you, because it's not in me to want to be the stereotypical pessimist. I don't want to be that guy. But like I said, I have to be what you've allowed to take place. So that pessimist, that beacon of negativity that happens to be able to chop up videos and people love them and eat them shit up and they be funny and hit on facts at the same time and they get thousands and thousands of views. I got to be that guy to you, because you're that guy to the boxing world. Because in somewhere in your mind, when you speak in third person, somewhere in your mind, when you're lying and you're going on these redundant rants and you're always talking about the laws of attraction and you're always talking about the human head isn't supposed to be hit, the brain isn't supposed to be shook up inside the skull, because you've said this shit every time that you wanted to duck Anthony fucking Joshua, you signed up for it. So what? They might believe in your rants. They might believe in your bullshit, but I don't. We don't. Because contrary to your bullshit, you've done so much talking Deontay Wilder that you've given me enough clips for the next probably 20 or 30 years of my life to where I can make content off of you. And I really could make you want to commit an atrocious act against yourself to take you away from here. But I ain't about that. But you not being able to look at yourself clearly in the mirror is your biggest problem. That's why you always going to be a fucking duck. That's why you always going to be a clown. That's why you always going to be a goofy. Because real men are supposed to identify where they fall short so they can make better of it in the future. Your life is going to be a continuous row of shortcomings because continuously come up short. And people lend you credit for your frivolous beliefs and your consistent lies, and they hang on to that shit. Because here's the thing, for all you woke motherfuckers, you're stupid. I'm awake. I ain't woke. Don't get me mixed up with these woke, weird SJW motherfuckers. I ain't woke, I'm awake. And what they do over there is they sprinkle a cesspool of poison on people, and people try to move with that shit. And then just champion for them because they black. What happened to champion for fucking talent? What happened? People want to champion for certain individuals, like the duck-ass Ron Garcia, because he's Mexican. What happened to champion for a guy who put his best foot forward and talent, doing the right shit in the sport? I'm not holding you down on no tribalism. Nah, fuck all that. I cut my tongue out before I live in that motherfucking fake fucking weird-ass world you live in, dog. Elephants, cows, there ain't no pink elephants or no purple clouds where the fuck I'm at. Everything radiates and is in color in true HD the way it's fucking supposed to be with me. And if you think for 1 second that we gonna fall back and lay off of you because you fell short and you feel like you a fucking victim, motherfucker, I'm sorry. I'm gonna keep busting your motherfucking head open. Furious gross too. He looks gross in a pathological lie. How do these men get females? The thing is, ain't none of these niggas blessed with game. Look at them. Now Fury probably can talk a little something, but none of these dudes blessed with no game. These dudes out here Scotty simping. They get girls based off of, you know what I'm saying, they financial accolades. That is it. But you want to know the crazy thing about it? Deontay Wilder's always going to have to deal with some, you know what I'm saying, six-figure guy always being able to bust his girl cheeks. Oh, yeah, that term might have fucked y'all up, didn't it? Yeah, I'm dead ass serious. Deontay Wilder is always going to have to deal with some six-figure dude, or maybe even not even a six-figure dude, probably earning anywhere between 50 to 100,000. Might be the pool guy. Might be the plumber. Might be the groundskeeper. He's going to have to deal with some dude always able to bust his girl's cheeks. You want to know why? Because women can see the truth in you, dog. And when women see that you can't protect them, and women see that you shell up and act like a bitch, they're going to find that alpha male energy somewhere else, bro. She might stay with you for the resources, but when it come to digging in them guts, when it come to making that shit bust, and them sweet watery guts, she gonna want a real nigga jumping all up in that shit like a motherfucking trampoline. It might be the pool guy. It might be the waterman. It might be the roofer. It might be the motherfucker hanging drywall in your girl wet walls. But you always gonna have to deal with some six-figure nigga might be able to bust your girl cheeks. Cause don't no girl like no coward, man. Especially no frontin' ass coward, man. I'm just keeping it a buck. Real women love alpha male energy, not the shit that secretes from the pores like estrogen. I'm talking about real testosterone. I'm talking about really letting your nuts drag like a gorilla. I'm talking about silverback energy. Not no goofball lying 24/7. Not some goofball who hid basically a whole fucking year and got his ass whooped twice, still living in denial. She see all of that. She know you not real. Bro, you wear fucking jeggings. You don't think she paying attention to all of that? Your feminine energy? You don't think she listening when you say you might want to get pregnant? So when I say that shit, women don't like no fucking simps. They like silverback energy. And when you show that you out this joint moving like Puss in Boots, you might have the water guy busting them guts. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. The dude with jeggings, I don't care what we live in. I don't care how dudes is dressing, but hey, you got to identify with your machismo. There's going to be some six-figure salary taxing them guts every time you on the road. Best believe it. Because she pillow talking with her side nigga, letting him know how much of a goofy you is, how easy it was to get multiple babies out your stupid ass, how bad you embarrassed her at the fight, how you just lived in denial, hid, cried on her motherfucking shoulder, while niggas is getting warmed up in the back, you laying on the breast. Hey man, I'm sorry, yo, whoever like that dude, that's on y'all, but my champions ain't never moved like that. Yeah, Mr. T. It's gonna be a 5-figure guy. Yeah. Gonna be in them sweet, watery guts. Cause he's a fucking simp. CM10, what's goody? Salute. And like, man, when I say these things, man, I know, like, yo, I be coming from a different perspective than the rest of than how other people kick their shit. We all supposed to be different. I only speak from how the world really is, bro. I'm not going to give you some fabricated or no soft landings or none of that bullshit. I'm just going to say what's on my mind, bro. That's the only way I know how to give it up. And I'm definitely going to speak my mind when it comes to that dude. And it's definitely some 5-figure niggas that can bust his girl guts. She already got the bag out of him. She said she got too many kids out there, fool. He's a dummy. Facts. And they live in a world to where they think that they are the most marquee individuals on the planet. Isn't it funny that Deontay Wilder, Jamel Charlo, Tank Davis, Gary Russell Jr., who else? Caleb Plant. All of these dudes act like they getting to the bag. They've just reached the peak of success to where they literally can kick their feet up. Man, dude, I got to deal with fucking multi-millionaires. I'm talking about, number 2 guy in IBM, multiple, you know what I'm saying? Multiple Redskins players as clients, shit like that on a regular basis. And I'm here to tell you this. Y'all motherfuckers don't got it like that. What you think you have set away as your nest egg, I'm telling you right now, I know a couple of guys that are worth for a couple $100 million that are working way harder than you to sustain what they have. While y'all out there spinning it like you got it, oh, I know some motherfuckers who really got it. And they don't move like that. And I mean, they really got it. Y'all dudes ain't even beginning to start getting it yet. Canelo just started to get it. He's a he's in that bracket now. He in that flexing bracket where he's a $250,000, a quarter Billy. He's quarter Billy. Y'all niggas is 100% Billy Goat. Y'all niggas don't got no bread. Y'all are a bunch of, oh my God, they're killing the sport, man. They're really killing the fucking sport. And I'm just sick of it. I really am sick of it, y'all. Is this what boxing is going to be from now on? Facts in a drag fest? Facts in a constant, dragging and consistent unwavering of depicting these motherfuckers for the fuckboy type dudes that they really are? Because I'm really feeling like that, and I don't like that, yo. Y'all know I'm the biggest person on positive energy and how I exert that shit to y'all and everything else, and I'm the same way with anybody in any walk of life, but this shit right here is different. When it comes to this boxing shit, it's different, bro. So, yeah, I got to fire them shits. Dirty Harry with them, straight off the hip. Pick-ow, pick-ow. AJ Duckers 3 ain't happening. Man, everybody is out of belief that this fight really isn't happening. I mean, like, look at the promo of that shit. Bro, that's what I wanted to talk to y'all about. I ain't talked to y'all in so long. Yo, tell me y'all seen the video of this dude shadow boxing in some swamp. Wasn't really a swamp, some river, some river or some shit in Alabama or whatever. But did y'all catch that? Did y'all catch the water workout? Did y'all catch the water workout? Tell me y'all caught the water workout. For sure. Nah, hey Carlos, my guns go hung, 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 hung. I run up, they go hung, hung, hung. Shout out to fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine's freaking Super Nintendo pistols. Oh God. Yo, hey, Mr. T, right? You the meme king, so you know what I'm saying? We definitely gonna connect on this shit. As soon as I watched that shit, Brody, you know what I was thinking, right? You know what I was thinking. I was like, bruh, if I had the motherfucking time right now, I would chop his ass up. And y'all don't know how easy it was and how fast it already came to my head. Like, bro, Miguel, you gotta see it. It's a fucking joke. And he whips his S curl back coming out the water. Like, anyway, back to what I was saying. Whole time I'm watching this. You already know what I'm thinking about doing to this dude. You already know. I'm sitting there, I'm like, bro, already. I would have took that backdrop, boom. I would have threw freaking CGI in that joint, had stars twinkling in the back, all types of shit. Gave that shit a real shimmering backdrop off the break. I would have canceled out the music, kept his sound in that joint, and I would have ran that Baywatch theme music. I would have created a brand new Baywatch. Y'all remember the old show Baywatch and shit with Pamela Anderson and all the pretty white girls with big titties running around and stuff, and the dudes like everybody. I guess like Baywatch is like the show. You know what I'm saying? Like a bunch. It was like the rated G. It was like the rated G when you were like a little kid trying to see some titties type shit. Like you would look at Baywatch to watch Pamela Anderson run down the beach in the intro, titties just hopping over her shoulders. But anyway, that's not the point. The point of it was the intro. Deontay Wilder was completely fitting and perfect. He fit perfectly in that Baywatch intro. And guess what? I'm going to do it as soon as I have the time. I don't care if it's this month. I don't care if it's next month, but I'm going to do it. That bitch is going to be on Baywatch. I'm going to have him coming up out of the water when he whips his hair back. Shit gonna have sparkles and pink glitter. He gonna be farting pixie dust. Motherfucking the Baywatch music gonna be playing and shit. I might even have some Kenny G saxophones in the back, just completely just fucking up his whole existence because that dude exerts so much feminine energy, bro. It's fucking embarrassing. If that's your training video, if that is something that Tyson Fury is supposed to be fearful of, I completely understand, Tyson, why you have not said one fucking word. Because that dude, like they said back, like my grandmother used to say when I was young, she used to say, nigga, you cruising for a bruising. And that's exactly what he doing. He cruising for a motherfucking bruising. I promise y'all. I promise y'all. And once again, Deontay Wilder is existing on social media with this newfound understanding of mid choreography that he truly feels as though he's a real killer now. He feels as though he has head movement. I really would like you guys to go back, for those who can really understand and know what's going on when they're watching somebody work out, hit the mitts or whatever in boxing. Look at his footwork. Look at how he's throwing his shots. Look at how he's putting everything into his shots, throwing himself off balance. Look at how sloppy his combinations are. He doesn't throw a hook right. It's not tight. It's very he's in all types of trouble. So when he sits up there and he's watching all our videos and stuff and saying, yo, you can't look good on mitts, blah, 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 blah. That's not a lie. Like, yo, what you're doing is lying, bro. It's choreography, and mitts don't fucking hit back, and Malik Scott definitely ain't hitting back. All of that shit, the whole get up was a choreographed shit show, and it was utterly embarrassing. I was disgusted, and the fact that you rising up out of water, whipping your hair back and forth like you fucking like a 14-year-old Willow Smith, motherfucker. I feel like I need to take a shower. Like, yeah, I feel like that. And every time that I think about it, I think of Pride Week and how I'm so proud that I ain't that pride, that I don't do that shit. He said, feminine energy, fuck no, my mother's a badass, my dude. 100% power, and she's getting into her 70s. Wilder exudes pussy ass energy. 1000%. Estrogen field, you know what I'm saying? That dude's a carbon copy of some, you know what I'm saying? Or some ran down, snappy nappy dugout that's been getting hit and backdoored by every nigga moving in the streets. That's that bitch Deontay. How much was he benching? In the video, I believe they said he was benching like 300, but he really didn't push the bar up himself. Like Malik helped it the whole way up. But considering how tall he is and to put up 300 pounds, that's great weight for his size, for real, believe it or not. Because a lot of people don't understand when you lifting weights, you know what I'm saying? The taller, the lankier, the harder. You know what I'm saying? The shorter, the more, you know what I'm saying, brolic, Wolverine style build, the level of, you know, just proper foot placement, just the solidarity, yeah, you can throw it up a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Like, just his build. But regardless of whatever, he didn't look strong to me. It looked like that motherfucker was struggling. It looked like, you know what I'm saying, a big bitch was sitting on his goddamn face and he was eating her out and shit, and he couldn't breathe, and this motherfucker was dying for air, kicking his feet out, trying to throw that bitch up like a goddamn bench press. Oh, man. That's good. That's good weight. That's good weight, man. I ain't benched in so long, for real. I think when I was like at 160 pounds, I was benching like 50 plus my weight. And I ain't never really big in really weightlifting. It's never really coincided and fit with my lifestyle or with the sports that I played. Joe Phil, salute. Yeah, that's monster weight. That's monster weight. I'm throwing up over double. So yeah, that's definitely that you definitely getting in good work for sure. But look, man, I believe that I'm gonna take tomorrow off because I want to do this shit again. And yo, what's going on with the purse bid, man? I've been busy all fucking week. What the fuck is going on with the purse bid? With Sean Porter and Bud Crawford. What is happening with that shit? Because I've heard radio crickets. When did it get pushed back? Did it get pushed back to like the 14th or some shit? Or is it already gone past? What? Because after they pushed it back, I forgot the date. I've been busy as shit. I have no idea. Yeah, what's going on with Porter and Crawford? Is the purse bid gone through yet? Has it not gone through? What's going on? September 14th? Okay, yeah, I thought it was. All right, so we got a 3 days, I believe? What's today? No, we got 2 days. Tuesday, right? Yeah, so that's on Tuesday. So we'll figure out what's going on with that Tuesday. And Sean, you're making a lot of rounds. You're doing a lot of commentary. You're doing a lot of talking. And you're feeling like you're a real boxing expert out here. I just want you to, to show that same energy in the ring, and I really want you to exercise that same energy in fighting Bud Crawford, man, because you're the guy that fights everybody, correct? So I want you to continue to prove the people right and prove me wrong and fight everybody, because I don't think that you're that guy. People give you more credit than you're worth. I think that you're a hell of a guy, a human being, but I think you're a shit boxer. Straight shit boxer. But that's me, and I know everybody hate when I talk about Sean Porter, but man, the facts are the facts, man. They don't want Eddie to be able to get the fight, so Bob and Al are trying to work it out. Oh, okay. I believe Bob said he's supposed to announce it before the purse bid. See, they don't want to see. That's the problem. You're exactly right. They don't want the zone to move that power. Look, they already know if it goes to purse bid, they're gonna lose. We know that they don't have the money, and the damn sure Fox PBC definitely don't have the money or really the infrastructure. Well, they definitely had the money, financial infrastructure to do so. But all of this shit, I believe, is tied up with fucking $50 million to Canelo, $10 million to Caleb Plant, and having to get that shit back. They really don't have no money to throw around. That's why you look at their freaking cards on the weekend. They are trash. They are trash. Where the hell is the PBC schedule at? They're trash. So, that Fox ain't gonna put up no real money and compete with Eddie. And Top Rank, we know Bob Arum shit. That's a whole story all in its own that we can already confirm that that motherfucker is cheap as all hell. Cheap as all hell. That motherfucker, look, it don't get no cheaper than that. So Eddie Hearn would definitely win, because I even believe in the Teofimo situation. He came in with the second highest bid behind Triller. So once again, I feel like it'll be, if it does go to purse bid, I feel like it'll be a Triller splash, or I feel like the zone's gonna bust that ass. Oh yeah, they're gonna do everything to stone it. They're gonna do everything to stonewall it. They're going to treat that shit just how they treating Eddie when it came to those Canelo negotiations, because Al is behind the scenes, and people don't understand this. I know why he's quiet, because there's a lot of power in silence. You can talk all the shit in the world you want to talk about any individual, but if you remain silent, it's only a one-sided conversation. So with all of the shit that Al Heyman does and doesn't do, he's going to sit back. Of course, he doesn't want Eddie to be promoting that card, having the zone on that, having the zone any part of it, because it will just consistently show that Fox ain't done shit. They haven't been shit. They haven't been doing shit. So, of course, he wants to have all of the power, all of the control, and this is literally like yo, we got to band together to stop the powerful young UK promoter who has a look, who has a hell of a stable, who has money to throw around, who's getting deals left and right, and what the fuck are we doing? This isn't a black thing, this isn't a white thing, this is a green thing, and this is an American market thing, and if Eddie takes it, oh my God. And they know it's at stake, so of course they're going to try to do everything to do to railroad that guy. But look, man, the old saying is, if you can't beat him, Join them. And I feel like that would be the best practice for boxing. If you can't beat them, join them. Do business with them. Everybody's gonna eat. Everybody flourishes. Shout out to Paid in Full. Shout out to Cameron. Everybody eats, B. Everybody eats. When everybody's eating, shit really moving how it's supposed to move. But if you want this continuous, like this, I have to be the head guy looked at like we're the one-stop shop in boxing, Top Rank 1A or PBC 1F. Like if that's what you guys want, y'all motherfuckers is gonna look, you're gonna look like fucking Bob Arum's neck right now, flabby and sick. So I promise you, it would be a lot better for y'all pockets, and it'd be a lot better for boxing if y'all just work together. That dude, man, and the sad thing is, man, Al Heyman moves like such a skirt, bro, because it's just like, oh, this dude, like I've never heard bosses sit up there and not conduct business with another individual because you don't like them. That's not how bosses move. Bosses move for the betterment of capitalism. Bosses move for the betterment of their revenue stream, the betterment of their company, and the growth and the prospect of future growth for their company. And if I'm looking at, prospectively speaking, and if I'm looking at the growth of whatever the PBC could be, they're not going to grow for shit because once again, they've recycled every Tom, Dick, Harry, and Nancy that they possibly could find. They don't have it to do it anymore. So now you got to play ball. Eddie is such a business-minded person first that he ain't going to get in the way of the bag. Cool, I'll step out so Canelo can go and get that money. Cool, I'll get out the way so, you know what I'm saying, my guys will come over and fight on Fox and beat you, because the after reward from kicking your fighter's ass and proving y'all wrong, it's a bigger pot at the end of the rainbow for those who are victors. So you should always want to make the fight, because the glory don't come for the gates and the pay-per-view sales for one fight. Nah. This ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. And to be around, you got to move around. You got to do business. You're always going to do business with people that you don't like. I got to do business with people that I don't like 24/7. You think I'm fucking the bag up? Absolutely not. Niggas got to eat. And I like to eat very well. I'm tired of ramen noodles, B. They're moving in a ramen noodle direction. Them niggas is ramen noodles. Eddie Hearn is trying to move like some Wagyu. You know what I mean? He want Wagyu on his plate. They want ramen noodles in their bowl. I can't get it. And Bob Arum, he just wants some Ensure in his cup. But the way y'all moving, you're not gonna get it. Y'all these dudes get together, they bash one another, then they get together and they gonna bash Eddie. Eddie just be sitting back like, damn. 1 minute, used to be my homie, now you don't know me. 1 minute you want to work with me, now you're bashing me. Now my fighters ain't shit and this and that. Like, y'all dudes don't know what y'all want to do. And all in all, and everything that these dudes are doing, Al Heyman and Bob Arum, they're not doing anything. They're not doing anything for boxing. If anything, they're single-handedly responsible for the failures of 2021. Both sides. Both camps. Y'all ain't even got your fight off the ground. Y'all working together. Oh my God, we're buddies. We're buddies. Wherever I go, he goes type shit. Like, and y'all ain't getting shit done. Like, yo, what that good is of having a business if you're not doing numbers? And what the good is what's the good of being a promotional outfit if you don't even got a freaking schedule? What does that say about your fighters? Yo, if a PBC fighter ever jumped on a panel and they try to talk reckless or crazy to any boxing channel or anybody like that, yo, bro, I would die laughing at these dudes. I would dog them and drag them through the mud because I would have to be like, yo, y'all dudes are visibly and contractually stupid. You guys have never done anything but get punched in your head. You've never freaking graduated one math class. You're fucking illiterate as fuck. You've never picked up any form of literature, you know what I'm saying, to like successfully, you know, growing, you know what I'm saying, like, and how you, so you're not illiterate. Your grammar, you got a grammar to y'all motherfuckers that have no grammar. You're just dumb. You can barely fucking read. I swear to God. Like fucking, like I don't. It's just stupid to believe that the way that these guys talk and the way they champion for their outfit, and these dudes don't even know when their next fight is coming. They don't have no consistency, and the way they go hard about the PBC. For not having any consistency, not getting any fights, and acting like they're making all of the money, I got to be like, I'm sure your mother, your father, your friends, and everybody around you is looking at you like you stupid because everybody is smart enough to see that y'all niggas is broke. Y'all get stipends. Y'all aren't in control of your own money. Adrian Broner, a grown-ass man with a freaking Santa Claus-style beard, he can't even hold his own paper. He got to have Al cut him lunch money and shit. Send him off with a little thermos and a freaking Paw Patrol lunch pail to school. Am I missing something here? They're obviously missing something here. I just don't get it. It makes no sense to me. It's a small body bag coming on. Exactly. All the time, Tony. All the time. Look, man. Are you gonna be as a man, and it comes down to feeding your family, are you going to forego your family's, what's in your family refrigerator? Your family having lights, AC, heat, a roof over their head, transportation to get them back and forth to school, the activities, extracurricular shit. You gonna forgo the bag for emotions because you want to have the biggest swinging dick in the room? Is that it? It's not man shit. Because any man that's a boss want to go out his way to make sure that you like to flex that a little bit in a certain sense. Anybody with power, powerful people do the stupidest shit. One thing I know about powerful people, the competition don't never stop, but clearly it's stopping on their behalf. Like, yo, you don't have to, they don't even have to come out and say that they're trying to compete with Eddie or they're trying to stonewall Eddie. It's evident, but how can you do it? You don't have the clout, you don't have the power to do so. I'd have to say that Eddie Hearn is a much more powerful individual than Al Heyman, if you ask me. If it come to the boxing world, let's just forget the music shit. What does he do? He hands out lunch money 7 days a week. They go to his office, they get their lunch money for the week, and then they go to the club and they flex. That's what they do. Here you go, little buddy. 100 for you. 100 for you. 1,000 for you. Here you go, Tank. Chili dogs for you. Fuck out of here. You kidding me? And here, Errol, here's a fucking reinforced stage 4 armor reinforced minivan to keep you, and probably a fucking quadruple ply windshield to keep you from throwing your head through that joint. Don't worry, we put a bumper at the top just so you don't hit your forehead. It's got wheelchair accessible and all of that. Here you go. Here's your minivan, Errol. Here's your chili dogs, Tank. Here's your guys' allowance for the week. Spoon fed. I would like Hearns to win the purse field zone would be pretty much a free fight. Absolutely. And I think the promotion will be a lot better. I think that, you know, those gentlemen will get respected on a level of for the type of warriors that they are. I don't think that, you know, if Fox and PBC has anything to do with it, what they're going to do is it's on you guys to sell this fight. But the one beauty about that fight is those guys wouldn't have to do much selling it because, you know what I'm saying, they're known for what they're known for. And in us knowing that, the people are going to go out and we're going to do what we got to do. I'm spending that money. You know, hey, I got to spend it when it's going for the right shit. But I refuse to put my money up on pay-per-views and boxing anymore. Barring the right shit, I should say. Minus the right things. I'll always spend my money on the right things. But there hasn't been anything right for a long time. That's what I'm saying. That's like one of the biggest blunders in like modern boxing history, bro. Like the fight was way bigger a year ago than it ever was right now. And what I mean by that is like the buzz that fight had around it from 2018, 2019, it'll never have that buzz anymore. Errol Spence isn't perceived to be the same guy he was anymore. It's just not going to have it. And it's just an unfortunate thing because at one point in time, I thought regardless of whatever those gentlemen did, that was a 500,000 pay-per-view buy fight. Regardless. At bare minimum 500K buys. Now, who knows, man? The world will be happy to see it, but it's just like, yo, we got so tired of having to deal with that bullshit that it's just like, yo, who cares? If we see it, cool. But at this point, it's just like, yo, nobody's going to keep screaming at the fucking top of their lungs or, you know what I'm saying, trying to get this shit to go take place because it won't do it. We know who won't do it. Al won't do it. Errol won't do it. It just ain't going to happen. And it's a very unfortunate thing. Because Spence knows his hype train come full stops when he's running the bud. He's goody and immature, but he knows how to keep the hype up surrounding himself. Look, I think it's more or less, you know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of degenerate fucking boxing fans and a bunch of goddamn, like, you know, freaking narcissistic freaking idiots who have no idea about the freaking sport, who just champion for their whole side. Like I said, tribalism plays a very, very poisonous part of this sport, and it always will. And at some point, you know what I'm saying, and it's never going to go nowhere, unfortunately. Because, you know, a collective would have to rise above those narratives, and they just won't do it. But at this point, you know, look, man, like I said, all you got to do, God, is just kick your feet back up, hypothetically express yourself, and just sit back and watch. And just know that everything that we already thinking is going to be revealed shortly. And that has just been consistently taking place. It's just been bullshit after bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. And like now it's just at the point where nobody fucking cares. Like people are more geared up. It's like, yo, you want to know what's crazy? If Jake Paul, I would believe that Jake Paul would have a fight coming up with Canelo before Bud Crawford and Errol Spence ever entered the goddamn ring. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying. Tell me who here believes that there would be more of a chance of Jake Paul fighting Canelo before Errol Spence and Bud Crawford ever got in the ring. I mean that shit. As outlandish, as crazy, as fucking, as Brian Harkin salute, as foolish as I feel even saying these things, but I really would have to believe this to be the case because this dude has proven that he ain't gonna fight nobody we want him to fight. He gonna tiptoe around all of that. Jake Paul been active, regardless of who his activity is against. But even in the shenanigans, he still manages to make it to the ring. I have more belief in him making it in the ring with a professional fighter before I get to see Spence Crawford win. That is fucking sickening. Like, I can't even believe half of the things that I say out of my mouth to you guys now. That's how much of a Alice in Wonderland kind of rabbit hole, like, theory that boxing has become to me. Like, it's like, yo, we just drifting farther and farther down the rabbit hole. And we gotta pay this, like play these games. Like, facts. But I would truly believe Jake Paul wouldn't turn down the bag. And I feel like Errol and Bud would avoid their crash. Well, not necessarily Bud. I feel like Errol and PBC would avoid that crash course before we see Jake Paul in 4 more fights of insignificance. Like Jake Paul, like, look, man, Jake Paul is more active than Gary Russell Jr. Jake Paul is more active than Teofimo Lopez. My fucking God. I think that's where I'm going to end it, man. I think that's where I'm going to end it today. Like, I'm getting to the point where I really feel like the delusions are setting in. Maybe there might have been a blue pill just slipped like a Mickey in my coffee. Oh, Boone here. Salute, DT3. I just don't. I feel like I'm fucking losing my mind here. Like, I'm just like, what? Am I really saying this shit? And I really fucking mean it too. Like, Jake Paul is more active than a lot of these cheerleaders that people campaign for. And he's doing more for the damn sport. He's doing more for the sport than Ryan Garcia. He's doing more for the sport than Teofimo Lopez. He's even doing more for the sport than Devin Haney. But Devin Haney's trying to give everything to the sport, unfortunately. But, I mean, I know popularity comes through his views and all of that. But Jake Paul shouldn't be more active in a boxing ring than these 22, 23-year-old guys, man. 25, 26-year-old guys, man. Salute, Miguel, man. Have a good day, Brody. Like, I just can't believe this, man. I can't believe it, man. Jake Paul is a more active fighter than 90% of these dudes' favorite fucking prima donnas. Wow. Wow. Shitting me. Clearly doesn't have a problem with a training regimen. What is this? What does it say? American boxing heads are 400,000 strong. T-Bud versus Errol is damn near gone. PBC, you know you done fucked up, right? Man, facts, man. And look, this is the thing. They are so stupid. All of these dudes are going to go back and look on how bad they fucked up the bag, because I'm telling you, Premier Boxing Champions is not going to be around forever. It's not. They're trying, I guarantee you right now, I told y'all this a long time ago. I said, watch. Said within like the next year or so, the PBC is going to have an app. But I feel like they're not going to be around that much longer. They don't have shit to be around for. And how can you continuously keep losing money and think that you're going to be around? I would love to see them vacate the sport. And it's at their own doing. Once again. Can't stand these fuckers. How Oscar Valdez won that fight, though. He didn't win it. That's the bad thing. He didn't win it. But they gave it to him. And we know why they gave it to him. The WBC isn't investing in the back of this man and going to some freaking little tribal freaking boxing committee and stuff like that to freaking overrule, you know what I mean, VADA's ruling and move with WADA. But even though, you know, the voluntary doping program that the WBC signed up for was with VADA, it just go right around that shit. So you know what that means. WBC didn't want to fuck up them sanctioning fees. They didn't want to mess up their Mexican champion. They didn't want to mess up that money. And you know Mauricio Suleiman, and you know how dirty boxing is. So you know behind the scenes, just for him to be able to still have the position to get in that ring to hold his belt or whatever, I'm sure the kick out comes at some price of him bending his ass over. It's over. You can't tell me that you do shit like that and then you're not somebody don't got you by the balls. Pause. I know they do. You just put yourself in a position where they own you because you want to cover up some shit. And then you go out there and look completely abysmal, flat, took a lot of punishment. You looked scared. You fought. I give you that. I ain't gonna call you a punk. I just never believed you were a good fighter. And once again, you showed exactly why I feel the way I feel about you. But once again, we're gonna sweep it all under the rug. We're gonna rob guys, and that's a major downfall with boxing, because the people that do win, they never get heralded the victory because of the politics. And that's another reason that the sport is always going to be hard to stomach. Because as long as we continue to rob these people who go out there and risk their lives time and time again, like boxers don't die in the ring, how could you not feel like it's a damn near travesty to rob somebody of what a lot of people would clear like it was a clearly decisive victory? Like, clearly. But people see different things in the ring. They want to judge it their own way. The only thing that I see when people see when it's obvious that a motherfucker beat your ass, to me, the people that don't want to see it, you know they with the machine. And then for those who just good boxing fans and you score different, I'll pick your brain for how you came to that conclusion. Hopefully you can explain yourself. But I mean, for me, he didn't win that fight. He didn't win that fight. Salute, Lisa. He didn't win that fight. Watch when Usyk versus Josh was over. We about to see Hell to Wilder Fury shit. They waiting to see what Josh would do. Of course. If Joshua loses this fight, get ready, y'all. Get ready. If Joshua loses this fight, boom, get ready. IBFP, get ready. Ring IQ, Sporting Icons, True School, everybody get ready. Because what they're going to do is we're going to have an influx of fans running over here, talking shit about Wilder, Fury, shitting on Joshua about a victory that they had nothing to do with when they had every opportunity to get in the ring with this guy. It never changes. And those motherfuckers will never fight a Usyk. They don't even got a Usyk on their record. Nothing close to it. Deontay Wilder got Vlad on his record. So yeah. I mean, not Deontay Wilder. I mean, Tyson Fury. He ain't running back. So you know what they're going to do. It's funny to me how people always champion for the guy, for another guy who had absolutely nothing to do with that victory. It's like they're living vicariously through, like they lived vicariously through Andy Ruiz's win, or, like they just do everything to go out their way to hate on this guy. All of that negative energy transitions to the channel that y'all hid from for the past year and a half. Because y'all motherfuckers been stuck under a rock since February 22nd. So, of course, they're going to be watching all of AJ's moves, Boone. They're going to be wishing on his downfall. But he's smart enough to stay silent, stay away, stay focused, and do what he needs to do. But the people are just preying on the downfall of another man who moves through the sport how he's supposed to. And that's the biggest problem with me. Once again, a guy who really puts his best foot forward in the sport, high on his activity, highest paid, and people will still try to find a way to belittle this man's success, man. It's disgusting. I'm telling you, bro, it always happens like that. I'm telling you, watch. These channels are going to go, they are going to go absolutely ape shit nuts, Mr. T. Boom, they're going to go nuts. I'm telling you. And it's all going to be derived from some some pussy ass vicarious opinion based on the performance of another individual that y'all never thought was much anyway. Oh, Deontay, according to Deontay Wilder, Usyk was too small. Why didn't you ever fight him? He definitely wanted to fight you. According to a lot of people, they got like these phony opinions. But then when they get in the ring, let's see what happens. They're either gonna belittle the Usyk win, or they're gonna big up Usyk, champion Usyk, still belittling Joshua while they're trying to build up. And all it's gonna do, and Deontay Wilder will be the first one to say something about his loss. I guarantee you. Believe you me, Deontay Wilder will be the first one on Twitter with a bonehead ass tweet about what happened with Anthony Joshua. But Anthony Joshua, the same person who gave niggas roses when they fell. But hey, man, what can you expect from fucking shitty people? I expect nothing less. But look, guys, we're closing in on 2 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? I try to run it a little longer than I'm supposed to. You know, normally I only give y'all one. I gave y'all two today because it's been a while, man. I really enjoy connecting. Yeah, man. As far as boxing goes, this is what we have. You know, the victors get robbed. The fighters who really fight get criticized, and those who are literally walking embodiments of a fucking loser, they get praised. So I'm gonna be attacking motherfuckers until the end of time. As we always say at the end of this shit, it costs you nothing. Pay a nigga no mind. This is officially Super Nipple Sunday. I said super nigga. That was some super nigga shit. It is officially Super Nipple Sunday. It's the Reaper, man. I'm out. It's the motherfucking boss. Respect to the whole chat. Peace and love.